Hey, it's another new month, and as we look at the first week, June the 1st through the 7th, 2025, we're going to see it's one of those weeks where it's a little bit slower paced, but that doesn't mean that we aren't getting stuff done, clearing out obstacles, and moving forward. There are some big opportunities in the air too. So what we tackle this week will set the tone for pretty much the rest of the month. So it's important to show up and be present. The sun is in Gemini, and we're still all feeling a little bit more intellectual and ready to learn, travel, and communicate better with those around us. So let's begin by looking at the fire signs. What can Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius expect for the first week of June 2025? Hey Aries, let's look at your astrology for this week, June the 1st through the 7th. This will be a busy and adventurous week for Aries sun, moon, and rising. You begin the week feeling your fire as you're not in the mood for anyone telling you what to do. Not at home, not at work, not at school. You're feeling defiant and rebellious when it comes to taking orders, real or perceived. With Mars and Leo, there's a good amount of tension around your closest relationships. You're not one to turn away from drama, but now you just don't have the patience for it or the time. You have too many things going on, and there are too many other people that want your time. So while you're no stranger to burning bridges, perhaps you need to assess the situation before striking that match. So tread lightly, as your reaction could have lasting consequences in a way that you haven't thought about yet. And come on, it's not like your temper hasn't ever gotten you in trouble before. This is a time to slow down and think before you speak. Midweek or so, we see that you have more compassion and empathy for those around you, especially at work. I think you've also gotten some more sleep, you've eaten better, you've rested, and you're feeling better. So this makes you more relaxed and more patient with those around you. The work environment is also more relaxed, and soon, before you know it, it's Friday, and you're ready for some fun. Venus enters Taurus on June the 6th and balances out the need to overwork, overshare, overgive, overreact. This is a really calming and stabilizing energy. You're ready to relax, enjoy yourself, get cozier with your special person, and just shift your focus on enjoying yourself in a more relaxed pace rather than conquering things and getting stuff knocked off your to-do list. The energy at the beginning of the week, well, actually, the energy coming forward from May was more about rushing forward, getting stuff done quickly, moving through obstacles and challenges, and not resting. But as we see by the weekend, you've settled into this calmer energy and are just feeling better all the way around. This is a great time then to plan a weekend trip, to attend a sporting event, or just float down the river. Surround yourself with the people that matter and relax. You deserve a break, Aries. Leo, let's look at your weekly forecast for June the 1st through the 7th of 2025. The sun is still in Gemini. Your communication skills are much better this week, and it's easier to get your point across. And with this, you're coming across more intelligent. There's more clarity around what you're talking about, and you're also sounding a little bit more introspective before you speak. So this is helping you in all levels. Work, school, and your personal relationships are all being positively affected by this energy, making things overall less stressful, and you're not having to put as much attention on those sectors of your life, and you could focus on other things like your creativity. So this is a really good win for Leo as you connect easily with people and they're ready to follow your lead. Just remember that not everyone needs your advice. They may just be venting. So think before sharing your deep thoughts on others' private lives. And this happens to all of us from time to time. We'll have somebody just kind of vomit out a serious situation or something they're struggling with, and we will give them advice. But they really don't want advice. They just want to vent. So keep that in mind because it could cause some difficulties later on because you're likely to tell them what you really think or what you think they should do. And this can make for some unease and may drive a big wedge between you and a coworker or a friend. As we move further into the week, we see you turning your attention to creating. So you're ready to record that podcast, write that book, record that new song. You're feeling inspired, you're ready to create, and you're enjoying being in the flow again. Leo is a very creative sign, but creativity can be elusive as well, because we know when we're overworked or stressed, it's not easy to create. So you may have been pushing yourself to create something because you're on a deadline, and now we see things ease up and it's much easier to tap into that part of your soul. So whether you're doing this for fun or for work or as a hobby, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be something that you're going to find will open doors for you later on, though. And this is a great time to tap into that creativity, tap into your intelligence, tap into your eloquence, and deliver your message to the masses. And you're primed for success. Whatever you focus on now is probably going to be something that helps you turn the proverbial corner closer to the success you're striving for. So in other words, you're doing okay, but you know there's another level that you need to achieve. So no pressure, but focus on what's most important to move you forward. On Friday the 6th, Venus enters Taurus, and this will help you tie up loose ends, meet deadlines, and generally just get stuff done. So take advantage of that. Finish this week with a weekend getaway with your special person and relax. Your actions this week have led you further towards your long-term goals and success. So relax. You deserve a break, Leo. And that brings us to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, let's look at your forecast for June the 1st through the 7th, 2025. With the sun in Gemini, we see that this is a high energy week for Sagittarius sun, moon, and rising. You're feeling energized and ready to get shit done. Mercury is dancing with your ruling planet Jupiter this week on the cusp of Gemini and Cancer. This alignment brings creative energy and perhaps some life lessons into your orbit. So early in the week, you have a heart-to-heart with your special person. Now, there are some things that you need to talk about and things that need to be said. And the longer you wait, the more difficult it will be. And now you're ready to turn your attention to the situation because you are more eloquent, you are more focused, and you do have more clarity around the situation and expressing your own emotional needs, wants, and boundaries. And you are seeing not just the immediate effects, but also long-term impact. This is an important life lesson for Sagittarius. So pay attention to your words and reactions as you tackle this obstacle and move through this discussion. Be present, be compassionate in your responses, but also be realistic about the future. Trust yourself to make the right choices and move forward with grace, Sagittarius. Work and school aren't really your focus right now until you tackle this situation. Venus enters Taurus on June the 6th, bringing a very grounding energy. Venus spent a long time in Aries and Pisces thanks to Venus retrograde. So we can welcome this balanced energy, and this will also leave you feeling more at ease with the decisions that you're making about yourself, your relationships, your career, and the future. Lots of things are changing for Sagittarius. You've been in a holding pattern for a decade, it feels like, maybe even longer, and things were always on the cusp of changing, but just never quite came forward. We're seeing some major things shift the end of this year and into next year. But these powerful changes are also linked to life lessons. You're going to have to make some decisions, though, for things to move forward. But you got this. Trust yourself. So as I said, this is one of those kind of slower weeks with not a lot of astrology happening. But on the other hand, we're moving through blocks and obstacles, and we're setting the tone for success later in the month and even later in the year. So it is an important time. So commit to showing up, standing in your power, being authentic, but also being compassionate in all that you do. I hope you found this little mini reading helpful. If you did, let me know in the comments section. Your comments are always appreciated, and I do enjoy reading them. And of course, they do help the algorithm do its thing. So the comments allow the video to be seen by more people, and that also helps the channel grow. We just hit 16,000 subscribers. Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, come on, you don't want to get left behind. Hit that button and subscribe. And seriously, if you do like this type of content, let me know. If you don't care about weeklies and you just want monthlies or you just want dailies, let me know that. because I'm making this content for you. So I want your feedback. I have quite a few videos in the queue. Be sure you hit the bell so you'll be notified when they come out, because there are millions and millions of videos released every day on YouTube, and it's a miracle we find anything we're even subscribed to, let's be honest. So yeah, I appreciate you. Take care, and I will speak to you soon. Reiki blessings.